What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, the Vaslap. It is the South American Tour Challenge. It is episode 32. It is the Suda Copa Americana semi-finals with potentially a final as well. It depends on how we do against a team that I wrongfully accused of being an arch rival. I suppose for Peñarol it still counts. But anyway, you guys will see all that stuff. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Run that intro. What's happening, everybody? Your boy, the Vaslap, back in the building. It is probably the end of the season. I have decided it's going to be the end of the season. Whether it's 2 games or 3 games, we will find out today because we've got 2 games coming up in the Copa Sudamericana semi-final. Taking on Independiente, a team that I wrongfully accused of being our bogey team. That on actually goes to Internazionale, who we showed that we drew with them in the Serie A as well in our upcoming games. Of course, last time out we were against Corinthians. We beat them in the Suda Copa Americana to go to the semi-final against Argentine opposition. The other match is Junior FC from Colombia or Cubaya from Brazil. Cubaya is a team that we have beaten on several occasions, and in fact we still have to play them once more as well. But you can see more recent times, we haven't had the best of record, but from Brazil time, Copa do Brazil, we have actually beaten them quite a few times. Actually, so I had it the other way around. I was going to say, in recent times, we have beaten them. Before, we struggled a little bit. Since I've come in, which was around here, we haven't lost a game to them. In fact, we haven't actually lost to them. So if they do make it to the finals, that'll be quite cool to see. Junior FC, we can have a quick look at them playing in Colombia, currently sitting 9th in the Colombian league, which is hectic. Although they only played 15 games out of 38, so their league sort of just started. And they're going to end it's weird. But yeah, they've got a good team. I have had a quick look at them. Jose Enarado, their key player, a very good winger. It says he's more natural left. I think he's more of a right foot, considering he's very strong on the right, unless you play him as an inside forward. But it says his best attribute is winger, so there's that. But he's a very good little player indeed. 30 years of age. But we're not going to focus too much on them. We are focusing on Independiente, and we need to keep an eye out on Tolza. He has caused problems for us in the past as well as that attacking midfielder comes through the midfield. We'll be looking at trying to stop him from really causing havoc. Having a look at our fixtures in the Serie A. After the Corinthians games, we did draw to Internazionale, which I did mention. We then had a surprise loss to the team in 2nd place in Atletico Paranaense. A 1-0 loss. Igor Gomez picking up a goal in the 82nd minute. I did play a slightly rotated team because we did have a little bit of suspensions in this one. And then against Botafogo, we turned up the heat again. 5-0 victory. David getting back on the score sheet with 2 goals. And then an uncharacteristic 1-1 draw against Ituano. They were sitting in, I think, 15th or 14th. 14th still. I think they were a bit lower. I know that, and they needed a victory to try and get into the Suda Copa Americana. They can still get in, technically, but I know it was adjusting on them. And yeah, we just didn't play well in that one. We then played Botafogo again just 2 days later. This was a rearranged match. One of our, the first Botafogo match was one of the matches that we caught up on, and that was a 4-0 victory for us as well. So the 1 goal less than before. Fluminense, a 2-0 victory. David and Terekos getting on the score sheet. Juvenente, a 1-0 victory thanks to Marcias. Antonio picked up another injury in this game. We then went again against Atletico Paranaense, and we beat them 1-0 thanks to a 94th minute goal from Duarte. More importantly, David was injured in this game. Ruiz got suspended for the next game. Basso got suspended for the next game. And Duarte all got suspended for the next game, which was against Corinthians. And we lost this game. We lost this game heavily, 1-0. It wasn't even a close game. We were just so out of sorts in this game. And then on top of it, Caio Jorge picked up an injury as well. So, like I said today, we've got Independiente twice. We've got Atletico Mineiro in between. We'll probably skip that game. If we win these 2 games, we'll just switch to when we lift the trophy in the Serie A, because currently in the Serie A, we are 6 points clear of Atletico Paranaense. It's not a done deal, but I feel, looking at the last sort of fixtures that we have with Atletico Mineiro, Cubaya, Flamengo, Ceará, Grêmio, Atletico Mineiro, and Sao Paulo, you can see most of the teams are in the sort of the bottom. So Atletico Mineiro are there. Atletico Mineiro, there they are. Cubaya in 12th, Sierra in 11th, Grêmio in 10th. Flamengo is probably Flamengo and Sao Paulo are the 2 sort of banana peel skins, if you want to say anything about that. The rest of the games, we should be winning, and we should be winning quite comfortably as well. In terms of team news, like I said, we have a lot of injuries to deal with, especially with 2 key players in Caio, Jorge, and David. I don't know why I need to click continue so many times. So they are both out. Also, Thomas Gonzalez is out for this game as well. He picked up an injury. Caio Jorge is fit to play. I'm going to start him because we do need our strongest possible team to start. And that does also mean Felipe de Silva, who is only cleared for 45 minutes of action, is going to start there. Antonio is also back to full fitness. I have made the decision that I'm going to try and sell Antonio in the summer and cash in on the 12 million. Mainly because he is a very good player. Don't get me wrong. He is probably a fantastic little wonder kid coming through, but this is a problem. You can't be a great wonder kid if you're spending most of the season on the sidelines. In 2029 alone, he's had 6 different injuries, missing, 6, 8, 9.5 weeks of football. That's almost 3 months of football, about 2.5 months of football in just 2029 alone. It's not great. It's not ideal. And he's just always getting injured. And he's so good, though. If you look at his stats, I mean, for us, he's played, 23 games, 43 games in total with subs, 15 goals, 10 assists, 25 goal contributions, 736. He is so good, but he's just always injured. And if I can cash in on that 12 to maybe even go more if we make it to Copa Libertadores, I think I might cash in on that and then try and replace him with someone else. We do have Lucas Rafael, who is also very, very good. Already in just 22 games, 6 goals, 8 assists from that position. So it is a position that we're probably looking at keeping him maybe long-term ahead of Antonio. I don't know. But this is the team that is starting. It's going to be João Paulo in goals because obviously Heleno is cup-tied. I have decided because João Paulo is leaving at the end of the season, we do need to bring in another goalkeeper, and I might find a proper first-team goalkeeper. Heleno, 16 played, 14 conceded, 16 sheets, not bad. But when he does concede, he just goes absolutely haywall and just doesn't play well. So we might need to find maybe someone a little bit older that can develop Heleno a little bit better. Right back is going to be Danilo Boza because Thomas Gonzalez is injured, and Boza has been the first-team choice on that side. Ruiz is back from his suspension, and so is Simonovic. They will be continuing their partnership with Al-Haji Malik Juf on the left. Igor Cesar will continue as the advanced center mid on attack, with Daniel Gabriel playing as the deep-lying playmaker. I am considering switching Gabriel's position to a position that kind of fits Cesar a little bit more better, as instead of like a deep-lying playmaker, maybe a roaming playmaker, or even a Mazzala, and then switching this one to a more defensive situation or something like that. Because Gabriel is good, but we're definitely going to be needing a new center mid come Copa Libertadores next season. Up front is Lucas Rafael, Macias, Caio Jorge, and De Silva. Terekos, no, actually, we're going to go with Terekos. He's been on better form. We're going to go with Terekos there. And then, the bench filled out as normal. I think the likes of Kings Kangawa and Shem Al-Jabali could be on the way out of the club as well. Gabriel and Thiago, I'm going to try and keep around for a little bit longer and try and develop them, because I feel like they do have something in them that they could become good, but they are just 18 years old both. So I feel like there is a little bit of a future for the Brazilians in the club. Let's go to the game. Taking on Independiente in the first leg of the Copa Total Sudamericana. And we start off the action 1 minute in or 2 minutes in. A huge crunching tackle from Gonzalez on Danilo Jr. That could be a straight red. It is a straight red. Oh, jeez. I'm choking on my excitement. And that is huge news for us, because that means they lose Tolosa as their attacking striker, attacking midfielder, where a lot of their goals come from. and of course gives us the numerical advantage as well. Terekos all the way back to Juve. Kai Jorge back to Juve. Going to pull the trigger. Juve, he pulls the trigger. 6 minutes in, we're 1-0 up with a man up as well. This could be very, very crucial for us because we need to get a huge scoreline here. We have now the advantage of being the extra man on the field so early on. 2 minutes in, they picked up that red card, which means for the next 88 minutes or so, they will be 10 men. Huge for us that you've picked up the goal there. Is Danilo okay? He's fine. He's fine. So like I said, it means Tolza will then drop, and it's caused a bit of a gap in that attacking midfield, which means their attacking could be compromised depending on the roles that they've given their centre mids. Here comes RK, though, moving it forward nicely for them. Jean Paulo will come and claim that. That was a very brave effort from Jean Paulo. He missed that, and that could have been disastrous. Danilo Jr. now running down that wing again. Lucas Rafael. Terekos will trying to get fit to Terekos, rather not going to get to him. And now they've pulled it back. Escobar to Tolosa. Gives it away. Rafael moving it forward. Danilo Jr. Beautiful ball to Lucas Rafael. Cuts it inside. Igor Cesar, rather. I want to call him Julio Cesar. It's Igor Cesar. It's 2-0. It's 15 minutes in. And we're setting a precedent right here at home in the first leg. Like I said, if we can get a 2-3, even a 4-0 victory, and this could maybe set the second leg up nicely for us. Igor Cesar goes in there. Of course, Silveira, by the way, is my new Argentinian third-choice goalkeeper, Uruguayan third-choice goalkeeper. He just made it into the squad after my first-choice Mele decided to retire at the age of 32 before the World Cup, which was very weird. Jorge Simovic, I have asked him to reconsider his retirement, and he said he'll let me know at next selection. Jorge is going to bring it back, pulls it back. Igor Cesar. I mean, this game's done. This game is done. 16 minutes in, 3-0 up. Igor Cesar picked up his second goal of the game. Juve has picked up a goal. Another assist from Keo Jorge. This time, I thought he was going to pull the trigger there. Decided to pull it back right by the penalty spot. And Igor Cesar was never going to miss that. Independiente are absolutely falling apart. They're using Tolosa as a Mazzala. They're playing with a complete wingback and a no-nonsense. I don't know. I would drop maybe a striker rather than the attacking midfielder. Play with one striker and readjust like that. They just created a huge gap in that midfield, and they're not getting the ball forward. Keo Jorge brings it to Igor Cesar. Oh, almost a carbon copy of the previous goal. That's his hat-trick, by the way. That's his hat-trick in just, 12 minutes? What is that? From 15 to 27? Yeah, 12 minutes. Could even be 11 minutes, because I think they might count it as 16, 17, and then 27. So there you go. Igor Cesar, hat-trick hero. Keo Jorge with a hat-trick of assists. At least I think he got the other assist. Did he get the Juve assist as well? Can't remember. But there we go. We are dominating Independiente. Elsewhere, the other Brazilian team is winning 2-0 in the other leg. I was kind of looking forward to playing maybe a Colombian team because we've just played so many Brazilian teams in this league, in this competition. They've pulled one back. Domina has pulled one back 37 minutes in. Shocking defense here. Tolosa just ran straight through to pass Juve without even like an attempt. And then not sure what Simovic was doing there to try and mark his man. But there's another kickoff highlight. And here we go. Simovic. I mean, 4-1 is not great. It does give them a little bit of glimmer of hope in the next leg. There's still a second half to play, though. Lucas Rafael gives it away to Tolosa. If they pull one back now, then it's going to be panic stations, I think, for us as well. Because we can't concede 2 goals against 10 men. At least Domina doesn't know how to shoot properly and decides to just scuff that shot. A corner. Going to go for a little bit of a shenanigans corner. Igor Cesar trying to bring it back to... beautifully done. Gabriel is there. And he scores his second of the season. His first of the game as a deep-lying playmaker. Gabriel picks that up absolutely brilliantly. Igor Cesar pulled it back nicely. Look at that. Lucas Rafael had so much space. He had so much time to pick out the right pass. And the right pass was, in fact, Gabriel, making it 5-1 at the half. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We have absolutely dominated. The red card has helped. And they've just taken off Tolosa at halftime. They need to do something. I'm happy. Let's go to the second half. So they've finally decided to switch to what I would have done in the first place and go with 2 wingers on the side and 2 like sort of set DMs. Caio Jorge brings it back. Ruiz brings it back. Igor Cesar. Oh. Is that another assist from Caio? Oh, I think it is. That's 4 goals now for Igor Cesar in this game. He has been absolutely brilliant. It does go to Caio, yeah, because Ruiz stepped over it. Igor Cesar put it in the back of the net. 6-1 for that. Brilliant. And it kind of justifies me dropping Kings for Igor Cesar as well, which I do like. Let's make some swaps. Caio Jorge wasn't supposed to play more than 45 minutes. He's played a lot more than that. So we'll just take him off. Duarte is fit enough to play, so he will come in at the left-hand side. Silva also only supposed to play 45 minutes. I am going to move Macias up front to play as a striker. You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to give Antonio a bit of a run up front. If I can find a way maybe for him to be a backup striker to David, maybe he can then stay. I don't know. Is that an option? I feel like that's a good option. Elsewhere, we'll bring off Terekos for Macias. And then I'm going to take off Gabriel. He did have a goal. He has played well. Al-Jabali come in there. And then elsewhere, Boza. I forgot I don't have Gonzalez on the bench. You know what? We'll keep the last sub in case something happens. Don't need to rest too many players. Of course, we do have a midweek game, which I probably will rotate for the Serie A. Game we should be winning even with a rotated squad. I mean, they need to score 5 goals in the return leg. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Anything can happen in Football Manager. Juf with the long throw to no one in particular. Al-Jabali picks up the rebound, though. Franco Duarte takes a long-range effort. And Silveira, who I am questioning his inclusion in the Uruguayan squad now, made a save. So that's at least good. Igor Cesar brings it across to the back post, looking for Simovic. And that's in. Simovic scores his 5th goal of the season for Santos. They've all come through headers. That is just another pinpoint cross from Igor Cesar. Not only can he score, he can help contribute to the goals as well. This man, I mean, I've got a feeling there's going to be some big clubs after him in the summer. Yeah, it will be just winter. It'll be Brazilian summer, I guess, for the transfer market. There's a few guys that I'm going to be trying to ward off when big money Saudi comes and Europe comes as well, because they love to raid the Brazilian leagues. But there we go. 4 goals from Igor Cesar. It was, in fact, in the end, 4 assists, like I said, from Caio Jorge. Lucas Rafael picked up another 2 assists as well. And Igor Cesar also getting that Simovic goal assist. Absolutely dominated. I feel like the second leg is done and dusted. I'm still going to show the game, though. Because, well, I want to, and we can show 3 games in a video. Why not? Right, we're coming back for that game in a bit. Let's just praise Igor Cesar. Absolutely fantastic. 4 goals and an assist. We've got the midweek game to get through. We're going to do that. We're going to rest up the players, and then we're coming back for Independiente again. Guys, we're back for the Santos game. We won our midweek game 2-0 for that one. And surprisingly, Antonio was playing as a striker in that game, and he didn't do too badly. For what it's worth, a 6.3 average doesn't really say everything. He took a couple of shots, nothing great. Ruiz and Caio Jorge had come off the bench to score that goal. And I think we did well. 2-0 victory. We're still 6 points clear with, 6 games left? I think the Serie A is basically wrapped up. We're taking on Independiente. We're already 7-1 up in this game. I'm not taking any chances. Strongest possible team that we can play out there. Paulo in goals. Boza, Ruiz, Simovic, and Juf. Igor Cesar, Gabriel, Lucas Rafael, Terekos, Caio, Antonio all up front. I did mention that I'm a bit worried that big clubs are coming in for some of our players. Not Sao Paulo, sorry. Terekos, a lot of Saudi teams are interested for him as well. Shanghai Port, that's interesting. Japan. Caio Jorge, we've got a Brazilian team and I think it's Qatari team actually interested. Saudi, it is Saudi, Al Riyadh. And then Antonio is wanted by Al Riyadh, Al Faya, and Atletico Paranaense as well. The big one that I'm worried about is David. I don't really want to lose David. He has just been absolutely insane. 52 games, 52 goals in all in this season for him as a striker. In all competitions, 47 and 43 with 7 assists. That includes international games or under 21 games, I'm guessing. But yeah, 46 games, 42 goals. You can't ask more from that from a striker. He's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, brought him from a Serie B team, which is even more insane. Let's go to the game. We're 7-1 up. We're going to Argentina for this one. It's a big one. And we start off the action with Independiente trying to bring the ball back from their own half. They need a very good game here. And chances of them scoring 6 goals is not absurd, but it's something I hope to not anticipate. We've now conceded a goal within 4 minutes. I mean, if this was an 11-man Independiente in the first game, I think it would have been a completely different story. Yeah, but Tolosa, the man I've keyed as a key player for them, easily slots past João Paulo, who I feel is the weak link in this team at the moment. Unfortunately, Heleno is cup-tied in the Supercopa Americana, so he can't play in that. Lucas Rafael on the right-hand side, been a bright spark in this team. Keo Jorge picked up 4 assists in the last game. Juve picked up a goal. Torrecos hit the crossbar. And Rafael couldn't pick up Igor Cesar, who picked up 4 goals in that first leg. It's still not panic stations. We are still okay. Although I'd like to go into the last round of the Serie A games with a win under our belts. Keep momentum going forward. Momentum is all that important when it comes to Football Manager. RK going all the way back post to Tolosa. And, I mean, I think Danilo Jr. saved João Pedro blushes there a little bit. That was not great. That was absolutely not great goalkeeping. He dropped down very quickly. The ball looked like it bounced in front of him, and Danilo managed to clear his lines. This time, he couldn't help him. Capeda gets the goal. There's questions for offsides. I don't really see where the offside was, but it's been disallowed. Are we going to get the lines so I can see? Because that did not look like offside to me. We are going to get lines. I mean, okay, yeah. He's literally right in front of the goalkeeper, Capeda, and it bounced off the back of his shirt. So that is going to count as offside. I didn't see that at all, actually. I thought the initial header was from Capeda, but it apparently was not. Escobar now for them, and they are really pushing forward. Capeda this time takes his shot and pulls it wide. We are not looking good. We are looking like we're going to concede another goal, and I don't want that. I'm going to demand more from the team. They're not happy about me shouting at them. And I can... As my grandmother would say, they can drink vinegar for all I care. Corner kick before the half. Simonovic looking for the header. Just over the bar. Doesn't get in. Half-time, yeah. We're getting shots. We're getting shots. We're just not scoring. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to berate the players, and we're going to move on to the second half. Tolosa with the corner. And easily into João Paulo's hands. Goes... I mean, I thought he was going to go long. Decides to go wide, Juve, which is nice, because Juve has got pace. And Juve passes one man. Torrecos, beautiful little first touch there. Brings it into the box, takes the shot. I mean, you had Antonio wide open in the middle of the box, and you shoot it over the top. I mean, that is just absolutely poor from Torrecos. Antonio was wide open in that play. Gabriel looking for the chance to try and get it. Can't get Tolosa. Will bring it back in. Domina with the shot. Hits the bar. I think actually keeper saved that. We're going to make some swaps. We're not looking good in the final third. Antonio has not played great. We can take him off. The Silva come in there. Torrecos has also played absolutely shocking. You can come off there. Elsewhere, Gabriel, Igor Cesar not playing great. Kings come in to play in your preferred centre mid role. Gabriel, we're going to give him a little bit more time. And I think Ruiz as well, a little bit more time in the defense. Like I said, we're not panicking because we are going to go through, because I don't see them scoring 6 more goals in this game. But I don't want to go through with a victory. Tolosa to Domina. Trying to bring it forward for them on the counter-attack. He's got bodies in the box. Juve easily clears that. Picks up Lucas Rafael. Now we've got a nice little counter-attack. De Silva holds up the play. Kings is trying to bring it forward. Kings is coming through, and I mean, his touch was not great there, was it? I feel like we had to do a little bit better in that final third. We're just not playing well in that final third today. And like I said, momentum is so big in Football Manager, and you want to go in with a winning mentality into the last games of the season. Tolosa with a long-range effort. Hello, what was that? What was that, João? Tolosa with the corner. Looking for Doko. Can't get the header in. Caneros, but doesn't matter. Depende with the throw-in. Luz, not Luis. Luz to Costa. Federico trying to just play something. Trying to do something, I guess, Independiente, just to keep face. Capeda this time. He gets his goal eventually. João Paulo, I mean, you can see why we need to replace him. And I think Heleno is a good goalkeeper. He's just 19 years old and makes silly errors. I think with a bit of development could become a good goalkeeper. I think we might use him in cup competition next season. And maybe even just the first part of the season in that Sao Paulo league. But yeah, there's a lot of football still to be played next season until we get to the actual Libertadores section of where we actually want to be. But this game is going to end 2-0 to Independiente. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. We will continue on to the final of the Suda Copa Americana, our second final ever as a manager in the Suda Copa Americana as well, by the way. I mean, that specifically. We are going to play Brazilian opposition in Cubaia, who we'd actually take on in the Serie A next game. That final is set for 3 games' time. What's it, 3 weeks' time? 3 weeks' time. That's when we're coming back. I'm going to play these 3 games off camera quickly, and we're coming back for the finals. Right, ladies and gents, we're back for the Cup final. Just a quick look at the league. I think I got a bit arrogant. We beat Cubaia 2-1, which is a good omen for today. But then we landed up drawing our next 2 games against Ceará 1-1, which is a game I thought we should be winning. Flamengo, I did say it was going to be a bit of a stumbling block, and it was. David picked up a slight knock in that game, but he is fit to play, which means there's going to be one more episode of the season, because the Serie A, at the moment, even though we're 5 points clear of Atletico Paranaense, they've got a game in hand, and means it could come down to the final game of the season, which is not ideal. Either way, we will be having a new winner. Flamenco's reign of terror is going to end, and it is going to be either us or Atletico Paranaense who's winning the Serie A. So we'll come back for the final games or 2 games of the season. I'll see how it looks for that. But anyway, today it is Copa Sudamericana action. This is the team that is going to start. João Paulo in goals, Danilo Boza, Ruiz, Simonovic, Marquinhos is coming in on that left-hand side because Juf is suspended for the final because he's a muppet. Kings and Al Jabali will start because Igor Cesar is injured for the next 2 weeks and he will miss the rest of the season. And I think Jabari and Kings have just played better than Gabriel and Diego, so they will get the nod ahead. In up front, Antonio on the right, Terekos, Kai Jorge, and David all up front. Going to give a good shout out though to Vicente Cabore, spent on loan most of the season at Sao Bernardo. 5 played, 1 goal for him, 705. Didn't get enough game time that I was hoping for. He asked to be returned. I did return him. He was actually registered for the Serie A and the Copa Sudamericana, which means he comes on the bench. Don't suspect you'll see him in this game, but I am going to try and use him a little bit in the Serie A. I want to try and start using Antonio more of as a striker than a winger on the left. So we might see a bit of rotation and give Cabore a bit of a run. But also, that was when I still had an idea that we were going to win the Serie A after those 2 draws. I'm not 100% sure if that is going to happen. Let's go. Where is the final going to be taking place? Let's look at that. We are going to the General Pablo Rojas Stadium in Asunción, which is all the way in Paraguay. It's a lovely little stadium, isn't it? That is a nice stadium. It's a big stadium, 106 meters, the pitch length, and 74. That's quite a big stadium. Of course, this is the home of Cerro Porteño. That's where we're going to, Asunción in Paraguay. And it's a big one. It is a big one for us. It is a match we want to win. Let's go to the match. They've been on terrible form. A loss, draw, loss. We've had a win, loss, win, draw. Let's hope for the best. And yeah, there's a kickoff highlight in a Suda Copa Americana final. You know how I feel about kickoff highlights. It's a packed stadium. Caio Jorge picks up the ball, though. Marquinhos is playing in probably his biggest match in his life at the Suda Copa Americana final. He finds Caio Jorge. He's going to try and play it in, but he can't find the option. Simonovic finds Terekos, back to him in the Croat, who didn't get a call-up. He was hoping for a call-up, didn't get one. David, though, takes the shot, hits the crossbar. Keeper and defender on the same page there, because that was almost a terrible little back pass into the back net, and they've got a free kick. Resulting free kick is a highlight, and they've pushed it forward with Galapo trying to bring it in. Marquinhos is there to clear. Corozo trying to bring in. Pizza takes the shot and is wide of João Paulo's goal mouth there. 44,000 people in attendance for this game. It is apparently split 50-50, so we've got 22,000 of our fans registered for this game. Whether it's the actual numbers, I don't know. Antonio gets pulled down. Kings finds the gap, though. David with the shot. Hugo with a huge save there. Antonio is down injured, and according to the commentary at the bottom, it's because he's wasting time, and they are furious because, you know, you time waste at 9 minutes. Amazing stuff from FM Manager. We're going to go for a short corner by the looks of it. There was no, like, intrigue in what we were doing. You can see the player was standing right in front of Terekos, and Carl Jorge was like, yeah, we're going to go short. Guys, bring your players out. And they read it well, and Kanu with the clearance there. Not the Ngwaku Kanu, by the way. He retired long time ago. This is... I didn't see his name. Oops, wrong button. What Kanu is this one? This is just Kanu. Brazilian Kanu. No Nigerian heritage? No, just named Kanu. Victor Hugo Soares dos Santos, and they called him Kanus. Goes nicely across to Kaganga. Good ball in for Terekos. Miguel Terekos was his 23rd goal of the season. Made it into the Bolivian squad again. What a finish. We've drawn the first blow against Cubaya. A beautiful little finisher from Kings to Terekos. And the finish. Hugo, questions need to be asked. Try to dive backwards for the ball. Crazingly, but that is a goal nonetheless. It's gotten cold here, by the way. That's why I put my jersey back on, or my robe. It is quite cold in South Africa. Not as cold as it is in Brazil, or Paraguay rather, because it is heating up with Santos getting one hand on the trophy. 20 couple odd minutes in, and there's opportunity to score a second now with Al Jabali. Terekos, beautiful run in there from Miguel, and this time his shot is just over the top there. We've reverted to back the old school of Jabali and Kings combination. Our African contingents is doing well. Jabali, by the way, back in the Tunisian squad, as well as Kings back in the Zambian squad. Nicely interesting. So, by the way, Kabore, the player I mentioned earlier, he made it into the Senegalese squad at 18 years old. So, shout out to him, making it in with only 5 appearances this season. Very shocking, but he's in. Anyway, Ruiz, who's been absolutely phenomenal as the centre-back pairing with Simonovic. Completely different centre-back pairing from what we saw at the start of the season. Pitta now coming through. Corozo looking to bring it in. It's Claudio through. Hits the crossbar. We got away with that one. We absolutely got away with that one. We've been all over them. They haven't had a shot on target. They've hit the woodwork, though. Something we've said as well. 11 shots, 4 on target. We are playing well, but there is room for improvement. Let's go to the second half. Haitor with the throw-in for the opposition. Kanu plays it in across there. Claudio Roberto, who hit the crossbar. Kanu to Luazo. Luzao. I'll go with Luzao. Ronildo goes over the top, looking for Cardozo. Picks him up nicely. Guilherme Madaruga brings it in for Galapo. What was João Pedro doing there? Why do you dive into the goal? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Look at this. Look at this. First of all, Danilo was very much out of... Marquinhos was out of place there. Brought him in. And then, why would you dive into the goal? Dive across. Try and make an actual save, João Paulo. That is why we're getting rid of you. Because you do stupid things like that. And now have caused us to be on the back foot again. Oh! That annoys me so much. It really, really annoys me when they do things like that. The animations in Football Manager are just absolutely shocking for goalkeepers. I was going to make some swaps, but we've got to highlight now. Let's see what Hugo can do. David is the one I'm going to take off. He hasn't had the best of time since his return from injury. Pitta, trying to bring it forward. Ronildo, finding Claudio Roberto. Pitta's through, takes the shot, and it's a goal. What is going on? What is actually going on? This is a repeat of Botafogo Penarol. We just were the better team throughout the entire tournament. And in the last hurdle, we are falling apart. Absolutely shocking defense there. Making swaps. I've seen enough. I have absolutely seen enough. Antonio off for Lucas Rafael. He's played absolutely horrible. David has played absolutely horrible. Silva come in there. I'll swear, Ruiz has played bad. I've picked him up. Frededes come in there. You scored a winner against, equalizer against Serrada. Maybe he can do something. João Paulo on a 640. You just can't expect anything better than that. I mean, he's just such a bad goalkeeper. I think the age thing has really caught up to him. Al Jabali brings that up nicely. Carl Jorge, who's also playing not great. And he is on the cusp of maybe bringing on Duarte. Tarakos looking for options. Gets pulled down. That's a second yellow card. That is a second yellow card. They've taken off one of their goal scorers. Now we have an opportunity for 10 men. I am going to go attacking mentality. We need to go attacking mentality. We need to push forward. Kings now with the free kick hits the crossbar. Kings with the free kick hits the crossbar. Al Jabali trying to bring it back in. Keo Jorge brings it back to Marquinhos. Back to Al Jabali. Beautiful ball in for Marquinhos. Can cross it in. Finds Keo Jorge and Hugo with amazing save. Oh, this is now going to be 20 minutes of agony. Lucas Rafael to Danilo. Can't find it. Marquinhos will try and bring it back in. We've got the numerical advantage, and that's going to be the highlight. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Do we add a second striker? Do we bring someone on? What do we do? I need to do something. It's 10 minutes left. We need to go more attacking. You know what? I'm going to do it. I have to go for it. Attacking midfield on attack. You know what? Al Jabali, I'm going to sacrifice you. I'm sorry, mate, but we need someone more up front. Duarte, come on there. We're going to go there. Silva on that side. Keo Jorge on that side. Let's play two advanced forwards. Kings will switch you to a central midfielder on support. And you know what? I know it's wicked crazy, but we need to go for it. We absolutely need to go for it. We are throwing everything in there. I'm going very attacking as well. We need to actually just gun for this league. We have to. We have to. I might even just... Should I take off Kings for another attacking midfielder? Just go... let's not go crazy. We'll give it 5 minutes. Let's see. We need to go for it, guys. We need to absolutely gun for this goal. Fonseca gives it away. Simovic, Kings now. Brings it forward. Kings looking for Rafael. Couldn't find him. Back to Kings. We've got bodies forward. Kings is going to go on his ace and he hits the crossbar again. Oh, come on. That's twice Kings has hit the crossbar. Absolutely. No, not like this. I can't do anything else. I've literally just pushed everybody forward. Attacking mentality is on. Very attacking mentality is on. And we're going to lose again. Oh, come on. Why is this my fate in continental football? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. That is just... We had it. We had it. Hit the crossbar so many times. I'm going to say I'm proud of the boys, but I'm not. But I need to get morale up because we've got Libertadores football next season. Oh, that is absolutely horrible. Oh, man. I'm so gutted. So gutted on this one. Yeah, that happened. A team that we should be beating. I mean, we are the better team on paper, on everything. And it was just one of those days, guys. It was just one of those days. Another failure in the Supercopa Americana. Second time now we've made it to a final at a different club. And we just can't seem to get that clutch. It doesn't bode well, though, for the Copa Libertadores. Although that transfer special is coming up. We are going to be strengthening the squad. And I suspect some big things will happen come next season. That's what I'm hoping. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Make sure you hit subscribe. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Join in on the fun. For now, though, your boy the Vaslav is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.